Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we are going to use React and Firebase to build this amazing project which allows users to upload their previous question papers and memorandums they have, so others can come here so others can come onto this project and be able to download the previous question papers. So for example, here it says this is a memorandum, accounting paper 1, grade 10, year it was 2012, and this was a national paper. And then here you can see this was a physical science paper, and it comes from the Limpopo province. So users are allowed to download. So here's the question paper. Even though it says mathematics, this is just for testing, and then you can obviously download it here. Cancel, close this. For those who have papers and then they want to upload here, they need to get started. Log in. If you have not logged in, if you have not registered, obviously you won't be able to log in, so you need to come to the register function. So I've already created an account. I'm just simply going to hit submit and try to log in. And when you log in, you see the papers you have previously uploaded. So, and then you can also download it yourself or delete it, or add a new one. So let's try to add a new one. We're gonna call this an accounting paper. This is gonna be an accounting paper, maybe paper 2. I'm not sure if it has papers. And then this maybe was 20 from 2015. This is an accounting. This was grade 12. This was a memorandum, and actually not a memorandum. Let me make it a question paper. And this was from what? From KwaZulu-Natal. And then you can come in here and select the paper that you want to upload, right? And say accounting paper 1. Select, change this to paper 1, and hit submit. And then it's going to upload our paper. It's done uploading the paper, and now you can see we have 2 papers under our profile, which is physical sciences and accounting. And then for users that come to this application here, they'll be able to see this accounting paper 1, and they'll be able to download it. And then it also shows that this is from KwaZulu-Natal, it's grade 12, 2015. And we also have this nice filter system here, which you can use to say I only want the accounting papers, and then we get the accounting papers. If I say I want the mathematics, I don't get anything because we haven't uploaded anything that is mathematics, accounting. And then you can also specify the grade, also the province. So if I say Limpopo accounting, I don't get anything, but if I say KwaZulu-Natal, I should be able to get the one that we just uploaded. So yeah, this is basically our project that we're going to build in this video. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to use Vite to set up our React, and then we're going to use Tailwind to style our project, right? So this is what we're gonna need now, I believe. So let's go ahead and set up our project. But I have already set up my project here. I'm just going to show you how we do this. So let's get started here, and let's go down here. So what they say, you need to, obviously you need to have a node installed in your machine, and we're gonna hit npm create vid. So npm create vid, and then need to install the following packages. Great. So obviously here it says you are installing the latest one, you say yes. And then the project name, you can call it whatever. I'm gonna call it papers 2. And then here you select if you're going to use the vanilla JavaScript, Vue, React. You're obviously going to use React. And then here you can choose if you're using JavaScript, TypeScript, JavaScript with SWC, and TypeScript with the SWC. So obviously we're just going to choose JavaScript, right? I'm not going to do that because I've already installed the project. So let me cancel this operation here, clear it. So I would assume by now you have React installed using Vite. So now we need to install Tailwind, right? So we're going to use Tailwind to start the project. Here there is a guide for frameworks, and then for Vite you select here. So create your project. So obviously we've already done this because we just showed you how to install the project using Vite. So now for we need to install CSS. So we're gonna need hit npm install with the here for dev dependencies blah blah blah. So you can copy this and install this, and also you need to run this line. After you have done this, you need to copy this line here into your Tailwind config file. So I have it here because I've already installed it, and you're gonna paste it here. You can save it. What's next now is you need to copy these lines, these 3 lines, and into your index file. So my index file is here, and I've already pasted them. And obviously we are done with this. You can now hit npm run dev. So let me copy this, also put them into my app. So this is my app. Let me run the project, npm run dev. So it's running. I can open this in my browser. That's what I need to. Oh, that's why it doesn't return anything here, because we did not return 10 and hello world. So we have set up our project with Vite and Tailwind. So now it means we can start and style our project. So let's delete this folder here. We don't need it. I'm gonna create 2 folders, components, and I'm also gonna create a pages folder. So I need us to start with the authentication pages, like the auth pages, login, and the register one, right? So I need us to create login.jsx. So if you're using Vite, so you're always going to need to use the JSX file extension if you're going to have JSX in your file. But then if you're just going to have like pure JavaScript without any JSX, it's okay to use .js. But if you're going to have JSX, you always need to make sure you have the .jsx extension. And then you also need the register file. So constant, oh no, this is a register one. Register, no, register. And obviously we need to export this. Why do I keep writing? So obviously for register, I'm going to need 3 things. So this is how we're going to do it. We're gonna have, and also for you to be able to write Tailwind seamlessly, you need to install an extension called Tailwind. I have it installed already here. TailwindCSS IntelliSense. So you need to have this extension installed, and it's going to help you autocomplete some of the styling that you write. Actually, not some, but yeah, all this Tailwind CSS. So it's going to help you with the auto completion. So I'm just going to close this. So I want us our div here to take the full screen. So H, is it screen, or yes, we need this, and flex item center, justify center, and yeah, I think this is what we have so far. Let me have a form. Gonna need a form, yes, and then inside a form we're gonna have a div, right? So inside this div we're gonna have a label. Actually, we no longer need a label. I don't think we need a label. We can just work with input text, obviously class name. So now this is where our styling begins. Let me save this if we can see it in the screen. Obviously not, because we are not using it yet. Let me just return. Order radius. Oh, it's rounded, actually rounded large. And then here we can do the border color. I want it to be somewhere around here. And then the width, we can take something like 9.6. Padding X 3, and padding Y, I don't know, maybe like 1. And then I don't want outline, so outline none. Padding Y, let me make it 2. And I think it's too dark. Yeah. And then we can also do sorry, we can also do on focus. We want our border to be a bit dark, to show that we are in this field. Let me make it 600. Why is my pattern not working? So you can see once you're active, no, not 600. Yeah, I think this is okay. So we can copy down this line 3 times. So we have a placeholder, right? We're gonna need to have a placeholder. Enter your name, because this is registration. We're gonna need your name. We're gonna need your email. So obviously this has to change to email, the type. And also here we're gonna have a password. Paste this, and let's write create your password, right? Okay. So let's see what's going on. Let me add block here and see. Okay, so if we add block here and make these inputs to be block element, and obviously, oh, okay, also some Y margin 2. Yeah, 2 looks good. Yeah, fine. Also, I want to copy down this line here and say button, close it, and say register here, or actually submit, I don't know, submit. Obviously we no longer need this type. We can say it's a submit. We don't need border none. What we need to change is the background color is BG. We're gonna use green. Is it green? Actually, sorry, it's actually orange. 400. And then obviously the text inside has to be white. Yeah, I think it's okay. This is okay. I don't know if I put h2 here and say register, and also let's style it text orange, make it the same as the button. Font semi bold, and then text has to be at least 3 times. Let me make it. Yeah, this is okay. So I don't know why it's feeding up this. Yeah, so I think like we have created our register function here, or our register component. What's good about this is that we can just copy this into our login. We can just copy this into our login here and change the name here to login. We're going to do the same here, login. We no longer need your name. We're gonna need your email. When you log in, we don't need your name. You can enter your email and enter your password and submit. And then here obviously it's going to be login. One thing that I also realized is that usually you have an anchor tag here that takes you to login. Say have an account, login here. Let's see. We can also style it. We can style it, make the text to be small and text a bit grayish. Okay, obviously we won't be able to go to the login page because we haven't done it. What I also want to do here is just want to use login. Obviously we're going to use React Data for routing. Now I'm just doing this just so we can see how it actually looks. So it seems like we have done our login and register, right? So we need to do the home page. So let's have a home component here and do the things. You know, I think I used to have an extension that helped me write these things. I need to check it out. Typing this over and over again is a pain. Let me just have a container for now. Save these. I want to go back into the home, in the app.js, and import our home component. We can delete this one, go back to home and container. So inside the container we're going to have a few things. What can we start with? You know what, let me remove this. I'm going to use this. So I want to have a navigation here. So obviously I'm gonna create a nav.jsx, and oh, there, this is painful. Copy this, paste this, have nav here. So our nav sorry, so inside our nav we're gonna have a nav. Obviously we're gonna have a nav, and obviously the nav will have container. We're gonna have a container. We're gonna push it to the middle, and we're gonna have a flex. So for the items inside, then we're gonna justify them. We're gonna put them in between, so we're gonna separate them. Also we're gonna have some padding, right? So both y and x gonna have 5, and then inside our nav we're going to have an h2, which is supposed to be the logo, and we can call it this papers what, old papers. Let's just call it old papers. And we also gonna have a div which contains 2 things. So I want us to do flex again, and then we're gonna separate the 2 things inside this div by 5, and then we're also gonna do the justify center and flex obviously is going to be row item center. Okay, so what do we have inside this div, we're gonna have two links, right, that point to the home page, and then the other one is gonna point to your profile page if you have logged in, or a different page, or to the login page if you are not logged in, right? So for now, we're just gonna use the anchor tag here. Have home here, or just home like this, and then the other one will point to the login page, and then we're just gonna say get started, and then we can style this get started function. I mean, not the get started function, but the get started login, or the anchor tag, right? So the background, I want it to be orange, just like the login button, and then I need the text. Obviously, it's gonna need to be white. Oh, py p2, I mean px, and then we want this to be rounded and large, or extra large. Let's try extra large, then maybe some shadow, and then we can do large here. Obviously this one also needs some styling too. What we can do is text orange, and go a bit extreme with this one. So this is what we have with the nav. I can come here and put our nav here and see how it actually looks on the screen. Boom. So it looks okay, I think. Yeah, I think it looks okay. We can go and at least do some magic on this old paper here, because it looks ugly. Text semi bold. Let's do some semi bold here. Not text, font semi bold, and then color can do orange, I think. I don't know. Let's do 400, and as long as it looks the part, yeah, I think this looks okay. This looks okay. So let's go back to the home page. I want to have some sort of what we call a section where we actually just tell the user what this is all about, right? So we're gonna have a div for that, and class name, and say container, background orange, text white, oh shit, text white, round, extra large, shadow large. What else? Let me close it, and then inside here we're going to write inside here we're going to write two things. We're gonna have a h1 and a p tag, right? So say find all the question papers from grade 10 to grade 12, or like this. You can upload all the question papers and memos, which is memorandums, you have. So let's go back here, or let's just save and see how it looks. Obviously it looks ugly, so let me just come in here so we can see what we write. So we can give it the height, right? With the height of 56. Obviously this looks ugly, right? So a container, we need to do the same thing here. I want us to do flex and center all these guys. Oh no. I'm gonna need to do flex call, so they can create, justify them here. But it seems, oh damn, what have I done? Why h1 and h2 looks the same? Okay, anyways, I'll need to do some styling here. So text obviously is wide. I don't need to change this. I can do the 3 extra touch 10 times 3 and then fold. Obviously we're gonna do bold so it can stand out. That's great. For the p tag we don't need to change anything. I think this is pretty okay. Okay, this looks bad. So as you can see, it's not that responsive. We need to do some padding. You can see like it's not that good. So let's add some padding here. 20. Yeah, this looks okay. So we can, no, it's not. So text center also is supposed to be here. So whenever the size changes, the text has to remain in the center. Yes, this is okay. This is okay. So now we need to show you the pages that you need to download, right? Or that you want to download. But also we want to have like a menu here or buttons where you can actually filter the question papers and the memos based on what you want, right? So I want us to leave this div and go into a different one. So let's have a different div here. I think we're gonna need these lines again. So container, this looks repetitive. I know I might be doing something wrong. If I am, please just hit me up. At the margin between these divs is gonna be my4. I think this is gonna be okay. So we're going to have select. So the way you're going to filter these memos or these question papers is by using select, right? Select, choose question paper, the subject, the year, the province, and everything. Right, so we're gonna have a select here and with its options. So we don't care about the values now because this is just the mockup. So here you can say you choose the subject, right? So let's just say choose subject, and then here we're gonna have mathematics. So we're not going to have a lot. We're just going to have 3 in accounting. What else? It's with also physical sciences. Save these, copy them down. We're going to have choose subject, choose what? Choose year, not year. This is wrong. Choose grade. So we're gonna have grade 10 here, grade 11, and grade 12 is the last one. Grade 12, and some of these question papers come from like the national office. The other ones are more provincial. So here we're just gonna say choose. So if you need like a national paper, you're gonna choose national, and then below here we're gonna have like different provinces. So we're gonna have Limpopo and all the 9 provinces in South Africa, right? But then I'm not going to do all of them. So Gauteng, Limpopo, and we can have Western Cape too here. Western Cape. So this is what we have. Let's see them. Obviously they don't look that good. So we need to style. I think let me do this so I can do all of them at the same time. Plus name, outline, gonna do outline none, border, rounded, large. I think large would be fine. Text has to be small. Px has to be 2. Py, let's make it 3. And the margin right, so they can push each other to the side. So choose subject, choose grade, and obviously we're gonna need to have a button here which says filter. So on page load, obviously we're going to show you everything, but then you can also have the option here to choose subject, to choose an accounting, choose grade, and choose the province, and hit the filter button, save. Let's style this button so it can look the part. So I'm no longer going to use the orange color here. I'm going to use a different one. So let's start with the rounded, large, large, border green. So I'm gonna use a green color for this button, and then also the background. So let me copy this line here, copy this line, paste here, but just replace the bg here, the big green, text white sorry. Maybe we can also change the size to small, text white. The py has to be the same as the as this select over here, and then we're gonna have px for 2, and let me save this and see how it looks. Obviously it looks ugly. This is not that great. mx1, push it that far. Let me see. x3, 5. I think with 5 looks better. 5 looks better. So accounting, grade 11, and then Limbobo, and then when you hit, you're supposed to see all the question papers, like the accounting question paper, that is grade 11, Limbobo, and yeah, that's it. So I think this is what we have so far. I think everything is coming just fine. So now comes the part where we show you all the question papers, right? So I need another div. So this is where we're going to show you the results. So again, that's what I said, I was doing something wrong. This container thing is starting to get out of hand. mx auto. So I'm going to need to use the grid system. So, and then obviously when you're using Tailwind, you know, like it's mobile first, right? So this styling is going to apply to mobiles, and then you have to specify for larger screens when you're applying for something that is larger screen. So on mobile, we're gonna say grid calls 1. So we're only going to show you 1 item per row for small screens. So, and then we're gonna say gap is 3 between them. I can save this. Obviously you won't be able to see anything. So now we can start with the div that shows you the question paper, right? So the div that shows you the question paper, sorry. So we're gonna have small here. This small basically tells you the type, if this is a question paper or it's a memorandum, right? So we're gonna make it small or extra small. And then here you're just gonna say memo. Below here we're going to have a h2. So this tells you what this question paper is. Mathematics, maybe paper 3. This paper 3, I don't think there is. It's paper 2. We're gonna have p1 p here. So in the p tag, I want us to specify the grade. This is like grade 11 or grade 12, whatever. And then the year this question paper was released, or this memo, year 2022, right? And then below below this, we're gonna have the province. So you see, it's either like a national paper. So, but for now, I'm just gonna say this question paper was from Limpopo. And we should also have an anchor tag here. So we're going to use this anchor tag for you to be able to download the question paper. All right, say download. Obviously we're going to have something like download here, and then we can let me just leave it like this. And let me start with the styling for this button or this anchor tag here. Text, we're going to make it blue, like a light blue. Text underline, text small, and block obviously, and underline this. Let me style this container here, or this div. Take the whole width that you're given, and we're gonna make it border and border slate. Maybe something light, doesn't have to be dark. Rounded, large, shadow obviously small, and then we're gonna need some padding inside. So px3 and py6. Save. Come here. Oh no, why am I downloading? So obviously we said on small screens it should take only let me actually have another one here so we can see what's going on. Copy down this. So obviously on small screen we have as you can see here, we have they are online, so it becomes, the grid becomes 1, and then so we can do the mid from medium screen. So we're gonna say grid has to be 2, so we're gonna have, they have to share the space. So let's go down 1. So we're gonna, when we go up, you see it looks good. And I want us to style this so it can stand out. The name of the paper, so semi bold, so we can stand out from the rest. Copy down this line here and put it here. Yeah, so let me just say mathematics, accounting. So this is what we have, right? So let me extend it a bit like this. So this is what we have, right? So you can see, if this is like a paper, we're gonna have something like this. So this is like a memo for mathematics paper 2 grade 12 year 20, and then this is like a Limpopo question paper, and then you can download here. You can hit the download, and then we have all this filtering system here, and also the navigation. So what I need us to do is to create like a profile page, right? So where the user that is logged in can see the question papers they have already uploaded and can be able to delete them, right? So that's going to be the easiest part. So what I need us to do now is create a page here, or a page file called .jsx. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something later on, because we're going to use React router DOM, right? We're going to use the React router. So, but then for now, I just need us to create this. So, but then later on, I'm going to show you how we're going to use this page as our root layout for all the logged in users. So return the JSX here, and obviously by default profile. So let me save this. Okay, save this, go to app, say profile. We no longer want the home one, we want the profile. So the same thing here. I need us to have the nav here. Import it, save. Okay, cool. So I need us the same thing. We're gonna need the same thing here. So it's gonna look a bit like this. Copy that, this, come here, paste it, but we're not going to say find all the question papers from grade 12 blah blah blah. We're going to have a different caption here. All the papers you have already upload it, and you can manage your profile. You can manage profile here. Delete and upload and delete, uploading and deleting your papers. You can manage profile here. Let me do it like this: uploading and deleting your papers. Right, so this is what we have, right? Sorry, this is what we have. For the user, I don't think we're gonna need the filter system, right? So we're just gonna have you're just going to see all the papers you have already uploaded, right? So I'm just going to copy down this line. Should I? No, I'm going to copy something again from here. I'm going to copy all these, copy, come here and paste here, save. Oh no, cancel, save. We're going to have something like this. Obviously this looks bad. my3, push it down. Is it down? Okay, also have something like this. Copy this. I'm going to explain in a bit what's going on. So we have copied down everything from the home page, right? So this is the profile. This is supposed to be the profile. So this is how it looks, right? You can see the question papers that you have uploaded, and then you can have the option to delete them, right? So let me have a button here and say delete. Class name inline, no, doesn't have to be a block. Inline, I can move these. Text has to be red. Maybe underline 2 and some space, so we can have some x array. Maybe we don't need the delete. For the delete we don't need the underline. And then what else is it? Is here, and I can also copy this. So they are all the same. So right, so this is all the pages you have already uploaded, and then you can delete and download them yourself, right? And then here I have a div here. I want us to have a button here, the same styling as with our button, the same styling as this one, and you're gonna copy paste it here and say add new paper. So basically, oh no, my32. So basically when you click on this paper, I mean on this button, it should take you to a page where you can upload a new paper, right? And then when you are that side, you should be able to go back home. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this component, the whole thing here. I want us to make these two divs to be a single component, right? So we're gonna do this. Should I create a page? Yeah, it's a page. So this is gonna be papers. This is the papers you have already installed, not installed, uploaded. Constant papers. I'm gonna show you something with React router. So let's go back here, cut this and paste it here. So obviously it's 2D, so we're gonna need the React fragment, paste here. What's the issue? Has no closing. Okay, I must have copied things incorrectly in here. So let me see. Minimize, copy all these. I'm here, paste them and save. So I'm gonna say here is gonna be papers. Why is it giving us an error? Refresh. Papers return. Oh no. Obviously we go back here. So we have a component. So we're gonna use an outlet here. So there's something in React Router, so it's called outlet, where you can render the children of a certain component. So we're going to put papers in our outlet, right? But then now, since we haven't installed React Router, we're not going to use that, right? So here's where you're going to see all the papers you have installed. So I want us to have another page where you can upload papers. So we're gonna say add or upload paper. Upload paper.jsx. Whew, wow. So component upload paper and return default upload paper component. So our upload component, also this upload component will come here. Also upload paper will come here, so it will be rendered on this outlet. So for now I can just remove these papers, but then let me continue here and just add some bit of JSX. Actually, let me do this. Let me go into papers and copy everything, but it's actually gonna be this. It's gonna be different. Paste this. Let me remove all this. Then instead of saying add new paper, and say you can go back. Save this. Go to profile and upload paper. Upload paper has a go back button, and then we need to have some sort of a form. We need to have a form. And remember guys, so there's going to be a lot of cleanup in the second video, where we take some of these things and into their own component. Like for example, if you go into home page, stuff like select, you can take this into its own component. We can make the whole thing into its own component. But then for now, I just wanted us to build the whole UI, right, without even thinking about how we can like modularize of this, or just take this into their own components, right? So there's going to be a lot of fixes in the second video. For now, I'm just focusing on the UI. So let's continue. So we have a form. So our form has to have obviously the same styling as the logins and the blah blah blah. So I can just copy this and go into paper. I mean, yes, it's not going to add password, and then here's gonna be text. Okay, so let's add the placeholder here and say paper. So this is like the paper. What is the papers like? Is it accounting paper 1, mathematics paper 2, physical sciences, and blah blah blah, right? And I'm gonna need to copy down these and then say yeah. So the year is supposed to be the year this question paper was written in, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to copy these selects here, copy this and paste in here. So let's save this. Obviously we want them on the single line. We want each input to be on the single. Is it a column? Yes. Or a row? Is it a row? Whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I think also we no longer need the grid. So let me cut this, save. Let me see here. and say flex call grade. And then what's the problem with the inputs? Obviously we no longer need the width here, grade. And then also here we can say gap between these supposed to be 2. There seems to be inconsistency here, so let me see something. So probably we no longer need the margin y applied on the input grade, but it still seems like the input here is overlapping. I don't know what's going on. Let me see what's up with the text m right. Okay, so we no longer need this. Let me see. Save. All right, so this seems like the m right push. Okay, the margin right pushes this selects to the left, right? I don't know if I should remove it or actually add them on the inputs too. You know what? So I'm going to add this mr1 on the inputs. So we can exactly. So this is what we have. So paper mathematics, paper 1. The year it was written in 2020. This was a mathematics, and this was grade 11, and choose this was a national paper. And you also need to upload the file, right? Yes, you need to upload the file. Oh wait, also you need to choose here. You need to choose if this was a memorandum or a just the question paper, right? Say it's choose type, and we're gonna have a memo, and here we're gonna have a question paper. Save. The last thing we need is going to be an input where you're going to upload the file, right? So the type here is gonna be file, and obviously we no longer need this. Let's see. Great, it looks the part. You can also do some add this to say you only want PDFs, right? So the last thing now we need is a button. We need a button. Submit button. So button, let me copy this. I'm going to copy a lot of these so they can look the same, but we're gonna make it green. Let me see, the color of the green here is 900, so we're going to use the 900 rounded background green, and then the color obviously is going to be white. Yes, this is what I think we need. So when you upload a file, you have to specify the name, the year it was written in, and then you have to choose the subject here. And then if this was a question paper or a memorandum, memorandum. If this was a memorandum, and what else? Also, this looks different. Let me copy the border here and edit here on the select. I skipped the other one. I skipped this one here, the grade. So paste and do border. Yes, So this is how it looks, right? So let me refresh. And then now that we are done with all the pages, right? So this is a page for uploading. We have already done. Oh no. Let me close this. So we've already done the page where you see all the pages you have uploaded. Also you can see the pages that everyone have uploaded, and then we also have the navigation, right? So here, these are the files that we have. So now we need to deal with the routing, right? So we're going to install let me open it in another different terminal. So let's hit npm install react router dom, and also I can open documentation on this side here. React router. Okay, while it's uploading, okay, it's done downloading, it's done installing. So if we go into our package.json, you can see we are using the version 6.5, which is the latest one. Is like this one, right? So there's a couple of changes in terms of how you set up your project to enable the routing. You can see you let's look at this. So the client setting is right by using by creating a router and the links. So basically we're just going to copy this and paste into our project, right? Let me go down a bit. Let's see what's going on. Let's copy this. Actually, let me copy this and go into my main. Here into my main, paste here. I'm gonna need to import this from React Router. And then what else do I need? So they say you need to use this here. So here, instead of rendering the app, right? So I'm gonna paste this line here. So we're no longer using the app. And then so it means we also need to import this. So now we can set up our routes, right? So we can set up our routes. So for this is the home page, right? The element is going to be what? It's going to be the home page that we have already done. So now I'm just gonna be importing all those pages we have been doing. The home page, and we can have the login here. And then the element is gonna be the login page that we have. Why it's not? You know what? I'm gonna do this. What did I do? So I'm going to import it manually because it's clowning on me. Pages login, copy down, do register. We can do profile too. Profile. Damn it, profile. And then here we have a login. So we're gonna have register and have register here. And have register. What else we need? We need the profile. Wait a minute. So we have home page, the login and the register, papers. Okay, so for profile, let me save this. I remember when I said in here that we are not going to import this upload paper or what is that, and then also these papers, right? So we're going to use this outlet component, right, to render, to allow React Router to decide what it has to render here. So we're going to import outlet, and then the children the children of this component or this page will be rendered on this outlet, right? So let me show you. Let me go back to my project here. So we are on login, right? So if I remove this, it's supposed to go. So we are on the home page, right? So this is login. What I need us to do is actually go to profile. Let me do profile here. Profile, it says it's not found. So let's go back in here. We haven't done it. Go down and say profile, profile, profile here. Okay, so do you see it didn't render either the upload paper or the papers, right? So what we're going to do is tell React Route that the upload paper and the papers are the children of this component here, or this is going to be the root layout of upload paper and paper. So we're just going to say children, and then this is an array, so it takes the children, so the children of this path. So the first one is going to be let's see, so we're going to do the same thing like this. So it takes an object which has to have a path and the element, right? So for when you go to a profile, you're going to see the papers. Why it doesn't want me to? Right, so when you go to a profile, let me save this. You're supposed to see, oh no, what's the problem? Papers, let me see, profile. Yes, so when you go to profile, on this path profile, you're supposed to see all the papers, right? And then this is the ones that you can delete, and then the other path or the other children for the other child for this path is going to be the one where you have to upload a new paper, right? So we can say paper new, damn it, new, and then this is gonna be upload paper. There's a problem. Upload paper, go back. Did we import it? We did. Okay, so wait, it's supposed to be profile new. Yes, so add paper here. So this add new paper, it's supposed to take us to this page, and then when we're on this page, so let me open this. Not actually the profile, but then the papers here. So remember, we have the add new paper. Actually, it shouldn't be a button. This should be, we're going to use the link from React Route, and then we say to, it should take us to profile and new. Let's see, the styling obviously has changed. I don't know if I say block. No, inline block. Let me see, inline block, inline block. Yeah, this is okay. So when you click on this add new paper, it's supposed to take you there, and then when you click go back, obviously it's a button, so we also need to fix that one. So go back to the main and say upload paper. It's supposed to be a link, and we say to, it's supposed to take you to the profile page. What did I do? To profile. So it's supposed to take us to profile, and then we can also change the styling. I added the inline block, So if I click here, it takes me here. If I click here, it takes me here. So the get started is supposed to be the login. Obviously we need the, obviously here we need to be able to go to the register, and then home page. Actually, we also need to fix the navigation. So where's the navigation? Our navigation is here. We can make this to be a link. Put our thing here and say to, supposed to take us to the home page. Also here we can change this. and use the link to obviously is home, and then this one also the same thing, and then it takes us to the login page. So this is a home page, login. Wait a minute, why it's not working? Oh, I didn't have the to attribute here. So to, okay, great, back, and then obviously the profile you have to type it, because normally once you have logged in, we're no longer gonna say get started here, it's gonna be your profile. So when you click here, it's gonna take you to the profile. So what I need to fix is, last thing I need to fix before we wrap everything up is in here, I need us to have a link and say, let me see in register. I didn't do that in the register function. Okay, here is it. So link, include this, copy this. I'm copying it to the login page. Say wait a minute, or don't have an account, and then we say you can register here, register, and then this is supposed to take you to the register page. Save this. So get started, don't have an account, register. Oh no. So it seems like this is the login. The register is supposed to take you to the login, and then the login is supposed to take you to register. Why it seems like there is a problem? Oh no. Ish, I keep forgetting to change this hrefs to to. So yes, you see, it's okay. And then the home page is our home page. So this is where you're going to see all the papers that have been uploaded by other users just like you. And then here you can get started and log in or register to upload question papers so other people can be able to download them. So yeah, I believe this wraps up everything. So this is our UI so far. In the next video, we're going to connect our project to Firebase so you can be able to we can be able to use the authentication and the storage and all other services it offers, right? Like we're going to use the database, the storage to upload the papers, and also the authentication that it offers us, right? So yeah, I believe this wraps up everything, and I believe you have learned something and you have enjoyed this. Home, get started, obviously register, profile, you can go to profile. On the profile, obviously you see all the papers you have uploaded, and yeah, you see all the papers you have uploaded, and then you can delete them and you can also download them, and then you can also add a new one here. The paper, the year it was written, you choose the subject here, choose the grade, you choose if whether it's a if this is like a question paper or a memorandum, and then you can also choose where this was coming from, if it was from Gauteng, Western Cape, if this was a national paper, and then you also can submit. So this will save this data into our database. Yes, so I hope I'm gonna see you in the next video. Thank you.